Okay, let's see. Let me make sure that I actually wrote the right mode. Weekly async. Inverted 80 keys sort assured. That's what it says. Not a lot of people have done it yet. But thank you for the hosts. Let's see. Zeke, Ulkesh, Joe, Jess, Ima, Reese, Paul, and hello, Jaws. And it's Mario Day, so we're using Mario MSU. But yeah, we got 40 bonks. Okay, and it's inverted. So let's see how this goes. 3, 2, 1. Oh, wait. 3, 2, 1, and go. It's a good MSU. Like, there's so many good ones. Yo, Gray. Oh, you did? Okay. I was like, people did this, or do realize that, like, I'm doing the async. So be careful. Extra bomb drops are good. I'll take them. But I think I'll stop on this run. I don't need full magic yet. Especially if the game's gonna give me more bombs and more magic. And more bombs. Ow. I mean, honestly, I don't dislike inverted as a mode. So. I think I'm going to say immediately, I can't believe CJ forgot to enable quick swap. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. I mean, do I need it? No, I can live without it. Shoot. Crud. Please. I hate Gibdos. Oh, thanks, game. All that effort for a map. Are we gonna get like super early light world access? Or is that gonna force me to go mountain? I mean, inverted starts, you just assume a high death rate. Like, I think part of this mode is you almost have to take a few extra deaths early to make some good checks. Like, I will always believe that you take extra deaths in Skull Woods to get the bombs. Holy crud. Hammer and a glove? And thanks for the host, Mr. Coolness. Yeah, no, I expect a good number of deaths, especially early until we get something kind of beneficial. But we'll keep to the logic and hope that helps us. But I need money. That's the bigger problem. I mean, a pod small's okay. Okay, we gotta get back to chest game. We've got some money. And then we'll have to also get back to dig game. Easy answer is if I can get enough money for arrow game. Two shields. Oh no. That's just not even right, folks. Nobody wants two shields to start. I think I like the light world music more in this. Two pot smalls. Skull Woods. I think I'm just gonna do catfish and pyramid ledge first. See if maybe we can get out of making a pod play with only two smalls. I mean, it's keys, so, and it's AD, so I expect to double dip dungeons. You know, at first it wasn't that, but as soon as I was about to go live, I was like, you know what, it is Mario Day. Ooh, a Castle Tower Small. So the thought did cross my mind. Why not enjoy Mario Day, right? In at least some regard. Well, I mean, yes, of course, but you know, theme it a little bit to Mario, right, for this? Oh. The lamp. Sorry, I had to think there, because... One castle tower small and a lamp is interesting. Ba-dum-bum. Champion of the arrow game. I mean, I obviously can't go for the 99, but... Don't care, I have so little health. It's a really important tool, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's... If you're gonna do inverted, you kind of just have to be able to get it. Like, don't even learn the 99, just make sure you can get all 5 shots in a row. I know the Death Mountain plays open right now, but I don't want to have to sneak past Lionel's at 3 hearts. Like, I feel like what you're gonna tell me, Gray, later is you died like 7 times to Lionel's. Ooh, money. I didn't want to hit that switch, but I did it anyway. Interesting, but nothing really helpful. This next chest is the only other one that's in logic in pod. But I don't care. That's curious. So that means at least 2 more pod smalls were in logic. Okay, let's set this up. A lot of buffers, but we got it. For 2 pieces of heart. How amazing. Oh, screw you, bomber enemy. Thanks for the host, Dopey. Do. Bum 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 bum. Eastern and Hera. I mean, we've gotten into Light World. That's the important part, right? We're in easy mode. Unless you're an Enemizer, and then Enemizer completely just throws everything out of whack with inverted. We'll scout it. We're gonna get that. It's kind of important. I don't? How do you know I don't need a bow? Kind of sus. Oh, there are 2, you're right. Bum, 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 bum. Now, the weird thing is that you could theoretically decide to skip pod if you go mountain for a bit. So there's very possible Here's my thoughts on the mountain. Is that there's at least 2 pod smalls up there. Between Super Bunny, Old Man, and Spec Rock. Although, some people have said that the logic's smarter than I give it credit for. I don't know. Yay! 1 rupee! I mean, realistically, I do only need 1 bow. You know, I don't need no bitch-ass silvers. Nah. Yo, Scruff. Hookshot and flippers? Oh my gosh. I feel like the seeds screaming go to the mountain. Boom, boom, ba da ba da boom. Ba da ba da boom. Bum 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 bum. I just love this music. It's so happy. I think this is what, World 5 of Mario 3? The Mario Mix MSU is just a good overall MSU. Like, I think there's just so much great in this one. You know, taking from Mario 1, 2, 3, at World N64. It's just like, it's such a good combo. I am curious what killed you so much, Gray. If you're saying you died a ton. Because so far, I don't feel like anything's been too... Like, early, we died a lot. So, if you had the same death troubles I did at the beginning. But at this point... No, I don't think you're bad at the game. Come on. Wait, we gotta go back up. Bum, bum, ba-da-dum. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Bum, ba-dum, ba-da-da-dum. I'm just surprised so few people have done it yet. It's already Wednesday, and I'm gonna be the 6th person to complete this seed. Like, I'm just curious what happened. I don't think it's a bad mode, even. My first big key. Baby's first big key. Is for desert. Yeah, it's just hilarious. Like, last week was such a trash mode. Getting, you know, what, 25 people to play it. And then this week, we're like only a couple days away from CJ running it, and there's nobody. Almost like you, Leo, who else has run it? It's just kind of crazy to think how little there is. Nope, I'm not even going to give it silly. Like, I can't... As I said, like, my opinion of True Ice Rod is I think it's fun in a group to just play a meme mode. But solo, I think it loses the appeal. Okay, so we're up to 6. Das Buch. Parabig? What? Okay. Let's see what you're throwing down. Yeah, I'm considering the daily tonight. Possibly. 9 p.m. daily race. Tourney. Yesterday was co-op. Inverted keys. Monday was tourney, tomorrow's tourney, and then Friday is spoiler open for the daily. But yeah, they've amped up the tourney races. They are really like amping it up to tourney settings just to kind of give as much practice as possible. Which is fine, I guess. Like, I'm not opposed to tourney settings. I like the big group races, so I you know, it's an opportunity. Well, on that front, like... Gray, are you gonna do the Challenge Cup then? Assuming you're correct. And thanks for the hosts, CJ and Leo. Maybe? Okay. I mean, I wouldn't write you off yet, but it's definitely a thought. Alu, thank you for the sub. How are you doing? Yeah, I don't know. I would have thought, like, since it seems to almost follow as being, like, part of it, like, it's almost an offshoot of the main, that you almost go with the main tourney settings. But I could be wrong. Big key to thieves. That's what I wanted. Big key to Eastern. Thank you. I don't know, honestly. Gray, I never watched the Challenge Cup. Really. Like, I saw the matches, and I think part of it was, at the time, was just like, I didn't have the interest in something when I knew the main tourney was going on. So I would watch the main tourney matches, and then I'd see like, oh, there's a Challenge Cup match here, and I'd just be like, eh. So, tough to say. And even for as much as I watched the main tourney last year, like, at a certain point, even I stopped watching some of the matches. Because there were just so many. Because I did probably what a lot of people do, is like... Well, like, I'd be at work and just be sitting, like, I'd have my second monitor on Twitch. Very frequently, and would just have a matchup, or I'd be sitting here playing a game that didn't require a ton of attention, so I'd have a matchup. Yeah, that's true. What's green pendant? Turtle Rock, okay. Oh, really? If I get the boots, I think we go to desert. If I don't, I think we might save and quit and go to the mountain. I don't know. Realistically, I should still probably go to desert. We've got the small, we've got the big. Hail, Cash. Mario Bros. 2 music. Yeah, I don't know. I've gotten into doing more calming recently, so we'll see how much more I do for that as well. I think I've calmed the last 2 dailies. I was with Zethno on Monday night and Logic yesterday, so had some fun. Yeah, I mean, we could have went to desert a little earlier previously, right from the dam, but I don't know. The idea that boots could be an item that I want, if I can avoid a double trip into desert for that second item because you need the book to get in, and I don't want to have to read it twice, I think that's what's keeping me just slightly away. But we might go do that next. Or we go to Hyrule Castle. I don't know. Bum, 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 bum. Never mind, we're going to desert. This is a great find. Yes, it is. You have to understand, Lakesh, they are just part of the game. An important element of Link to the Past is the boots. No, there's an entrance up here. Like, what am I thinking? There's definitely an entrance right here. Who wouldn't, honestly? This castle might be part of the problem. Blow up this one and Ganon's tower. Take them both out. Full anarchy. Yeah. Thanks for the host, Vortex. Bum bum ba-da-doo. Bum 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 ba-da-da-doo. No way, it's the big key to this dungeon. And we've got the gold sword. Holy cow. I'm not allowed gold swords, though. Didn't you know? It's out of logic. I'm not supposed to have this one. I killed all the snakes, and they're the only enemies that actually do significant damage to me. Keep going. Let's check out what's on the tablet. Huh. Great. What's with this seed? Seriously, this is like item heaven right now. I don't know why I went center first like normal. I should have just gone right. Boom, 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 boom. And the cape. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I feel like, do we need to play a Mario game after this to truly celebrate the Mario-ness of the day? And if so, what Mario game do we play? Bum. I mean, what's the right one to play today? If we did play one. Is there even a right answer? Boom, boom, boom. I could clear thieves. Oh, you short hop jerk. Cool, a crystal. When we get the, when I do my next save and quit, I'm gonna have to take a short break real quick. A little too low there. Interesting. So we'll have to pause the timer. Ether, okay. Thieves Town small. Awesome. Meyer big. Cool. As soon as I get Canis Samaria, that's a full clear. Wow, both Castle Tower smalls? My first trip up the mountain is going to be super, super profitable. We're going to, like, route the shit out of the mountain. Okay, just a second. I gotta go get a package. Can it be a little bit of both? Whew. We'll get there. I just wanted to get it in. It was out on the porch. And while we haven't had issues with people stealing packages like from our door, I just don't want to risk it. Because these have been like in and out of stock so much recently, and I would hate to lose it. So, and it's a sizable package. So let's get back into this. 3, 2, 1, and go. Somebody actually took something from our neighbor across the street. It's not super common, to be honest. It's just like it happened. And it does sometimes. So. So better safe than sorry. I'll get the setup figured out later. You know, how I want it to arrange it and find a spot for it that's... Well, yeah, I mean, look at what happened to Ray and her. Well, that's the UK as well, so... We're starting to fill out the inventory. Yeah, I mean, we've got the cameras and whatnot around the house, so, like, we'd be able to see that kind of stuff, but some people, it just doesn't deter them. At my brother's house, like, there was a... like, he has video of somebody who walked up to his house and almost stole their gas can off, like, the front porch. And, like, the only reason they didn't take it was because it was empty. Like, the person picks it up, shakes it, finds out it's empty, and sets it back down. Like, what? But Scruff, you do. I was gonna say you stole my heart. But even better, you steal souls. You started it, Scruff, with your ooh-ooh hair. What did you do for Facebook to suspend you? Did you post your art on Facebook? Like, your not safe for work art on Facebook? Oh. Maybe, I don't know. If you die, I will revive you. Thanks. We're not getting a fairy in a bottle. Jerk. Double jerk. Yeah, it's weird. Don't. I mean, I guess I can't stop you, but... I guess I just don't hear Oz enough to realize that he's that way. Like, I don't hang around his streams enough to see it. Part of it is like, I feel like I stream very frequently when he does. Oh, yeah, no, I've seen him add tons of quotes. I didn't realize that's what you meant. Okay. No, yeah, I've seen all the quote adding during your streams. I thought you meant him in general. I figured it was just you're that bad usually. Interesting. You just never know, people. If I've got both Castle Tower smalls, we might as well find out if Ag is required for an item before heading up Dark Death Mountain. Really, game? Okay. I mean, it's not the worst. I know I need it. Or I know that there's a decent chance I need it. What? I mean, one of the things I was thinking I could do with this, and I'd have to see if it's even possible, is it going to be too heavy to, like, if I could hang the green screen on the wall instead and just pull it down like a projector screen, that would be great. Yeah? How you feeling? Okay. I mean, there's no pressure. Oh, I missed. It happened to laser? Oh, dang. Oh, do you, Scruff? Shit. Is this related to, like, being here on Twitch? Ah. Shit, man. Yeah, you don't have to say much. No expectations there. Okay, Butter's in... Wait, Butter... Yeah, Butter's in logic now. But yeah, Scruff, I mean, it's whatever you decide, dude. I'll try to be around, and so no pressure either way. You know what? Yeah, no worries, Aloe. We knew there was going to be one there. We had that feeling. Ha ha ha. What is the medallion for you? Ooh, it's Bombos. But yeah, like, if I could mount the green screen to that right there, like the overhang of my area, like, that'd be great, but I don't know if it's gonna have enough support, and I sleep right under it, and it would really suck if it fell and just zonked me. Like, that just sounds bad. And there's the other pod small that was required. So that should be the 2 pod smalls to give me, finally put me back into Dark World access. It's just like, I try to put this chair back as far as possible. So, like, moving it up at all would be, like, not my goal. Like, this is a comfortable position right now. And in some ways, maybe this green screen is, you know, something that's really for when I have a lot more space. And it's just nice to have the equipment already. We'll see. Don't want to get ahead of myself. If you just would give me the TR big key. We're just an ether medallion away from item go mode. It's the keys that's really the tripping point here. And Moldorm shouldn't present us any trouble today. I don't care. I know that, like, knowing some kind of map information could be good, but I really just don't care. But yeah, Scruff, I mean, whatever your choice is, you know, it's cool. You said you were going to take a little bit of a break, so if you stream tomorrow, cool. If not, I don't think anybody's going to be, you know, it's not a huge problem either way. We all need our different times. Everybody's got different refresh as well, so. Poor Moldorm. Never stood a chance. Honestly. Gold Sword versus Moldorm. It's not a fair fight. It's weird. Twitch viewer numbers are all over the place today. I know people are here. It's just like the numbers just keep fluctuating. Really? You're gonna give me the Tower Harris Small and Laser Bridge? GT big. Or maybe you're not here and it's all a figment of my imagination. I was about to say, don't tell me I clipped into a ledge. I know we already grabbed these. I want the full magic. We're being very deliberate about full clearing this mountain. Damn it, Scruff. Scruff, just put an underscore after my. There you go. They were streaming no game. I want to say it, but if I do, I'm going to get quoted. And it's gonna, that quote's going to live forever. So I don't know if this is the right way of putting it, but I guess the quote would be, the only problem with Adelkesh is that my mods have very different behaviors. Okay, so the quote would be, did you know that my dick has no game? Or am I messing it up? Because that's how I would have thought it would have to go. Oh no, it's double added. There's a quote in both. Rainmaker and Nightbot. I mean, of my 3 most active mods, it's pretty much Scruff, Olcash, and Joe. So you each have very different personalities as mods. Yeah, maybe I will. I've got to do that now. I don't want to have to come off the mountain again at this point. And this is the full clear of the mountain. Shoot. Ray. What's up? I don't know. I really don't. I'm happy you got that, but it still sucks that you haven't been able to get your Series X. Like, that's the crazy thing. Like, the whole thing with what you got was supposed to be that. And all you got was a voucher, in a sense. Which is still cool. But yeah, no, that sucks. Yeah, I wish there was a way around it for you to, like, be able to get your... You know, get it. Crystal. Means ice is a crystal and mire is my last pendant. Okay. What do I need? I need the swamp small, the pod big, and ether to finish this. But we're done with Death Mountain. One grand 30-minute trip on the mountain. I mean, Ray, if it wasn't for the fact that I find that all of the whole thing deplorable, I would say, you know, put the fact that you got, you know, the cost right there and just buy from a scalper with the money you were already going to use. But, like, that's just... I hate that idea. As well, on principle. Like, I wouldn't want to reward those shits. I can't clear pod, I can't clear swamp, I can beat ice, I just can't get the big chest. I could go to pyramid. Do I activate the flute even? Ah. It's okay. Yeah, I was just saying, I'm guessing you were away when I said it. I was like, if it wasn't for the fact that I find the whole process terrible, I would just say as a joke, like, you could buy from a scalper at that point. No, I completely hate the idea, by the way. I'm not saying do it at all. I would never suggest such a thing. I would never endorse such practices. I didn't want bacon coin. I wanted lightning coin. Yeah, what is wrong with Twitch viewer numbers today? I know there are people here because I see you chatting and like we're all talking and whatnot. It's just like the number keeps dropping. I love when the stuff doesn't work. Ba-doom-bum. Should probably grab the key. Bum 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 bum. I don't have the big key. I doubt I'm gonna find it, so I need to hit the switch. Yeah, I figured, you know. Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. Come on. Please? Swamp Palace small key. Nice. We can go to Swamp after this. Like, did they do anything about it? Like, you know that it got stolen and scalped, like, at this point. So, like, what was done? Great. I would be. So, like, did the delivery company fire the guy? Did, you know, I know you got your money back, but, like, I guess there's no way to prove that person still pocketed it, but, like, just all ridiculous. No matter what I get out of Swamp Palace, I can route to either Pod or Mire after this. What are we, go -2? Ether and Pod Big for go mode. We have to beat Pod, Swamp, and Mire, and GT before we can beat Ganon. So, 3 dungeons and a tower. I think the scariest thought is if Ether is in... There's all my Pod Smalls. I think if we don't get Ether here, we go to Pod. We go back to Pod after having not been there for a while. Hey, Ima. We're back to form today. We took Monday off of playing any Link to the Past. It was good. Yesterday I did a casual race with friends at night. So today we're back into a stream of Link to the Past. But we're not doing tourney settings today. Thanks for the host, Scruff. I'm guessing that means Zerk went offline? I'm still 2 items from go. I think I just do this. We do left side. By the way, Ulcash, last night in the friendly race I did Bomb Harapot. I did the hard Harapot version. So we cheated with style. It was just funny because I usually skip it, and the 5 of us were running, and Leo was hanging out watching, and it was late for her, so she was about to go, and I was like, yeah, you should leave because I'm about to do something that's gonna make you yell at me. Because she's yelled at me for this before where I don't do it. And I did last night, and I was like, ha! I can do it! I just have to not be lazy, and I can actually pull off that technique. No! I didn't want the mirror shield! Nobody likes mirror shield. no, no. But yeah, we'll set up the green screen sometime soon, I promise. It'll be fun to have that now as part of our equipment. I think we've got everything. Is there a tool or a piece of equipment I don't have now that I could want? Except for maybe like a good computer devoted to streaming instead of just like a decent one. Because I didn't set up the spotlight today, but we've got that now. We've got the stream deck that I haven't been using much. I mean, we could go for the super ultra capture card now, but even that just seems like overkill. Like, we've really put in the effort to have all this stuff, and I'm really happy to have it all now. I think the one thing like I could want is just like a space that's truly for streaming instead of just all this like, you know, this is just my room, but that's not going to change for a while anyway. Swamp was empty. No? Okay. That's okay, Scruff. Take the time you need. Yeah, no worries, man. Are you still gonna stream the Among Us shenanigans Friday? Okay. Okay. I wouldn't call it that even, Scruff. It's just mental exhaustion. You know? Like, I had a meeting with my... Yeah. No, I get it. And everybody has, you know, everybody grapples with that differently. I can't, you know, say anything one way or the other on that kind of matter. Because I know I deal with it differently. Like, I pretty much was almost... You know, I almost forced myself to be here on stream just to kind of break through it, because that's just who I am, but I don't blame anybody who wouldn't want to do that. You know, we all have a way to kind of mentally get through those things. Like, I was talking to my advisor yesterday in a meeting, and I was like... You know, I had said after we had my doctor's appointment 2 weeks ago, like, I just went into that, I had one of those moments where just, like, everything bothered me on that level. It was just like, I don't know how to feel right now. Did I misclick and it was actually Quake? not ether for Meyer. It's possible. Skullwood's big is also an option. Yeah. But yeah, like, after that appointment, like, I just had that for a week. Like, physically, for, like, a few days, it was kind of bothering me, and then the days after that was just, not fun from a mental standpoint. Yeah, I'm not expecting anything, you know. As I've always said, I'm not, like, a big... I don't know, am I a big softie? I don't know. I've heard I might be. Hey, it's Silver Arrows. But, like, for me, I know there's times when I really feel like this is what helps me kind of soldier. So. But I also know there's other times where I'm just like, no. F that noise. You know, that's life. Let's activate the flute. We might use it. I mean, honestly, there's just no easy answers right now, are there? So... do what we must. Hey Dan, we're okay. We're just working through the 40 bonks weekly. We are 2 items short of go mode, I think, unless I messed up a click, which we might have. So now I'm heading there to see if I misclicked something and it was actually a different. Nope. I did check this. I did Quakefish. I did the flipper checks. Did I miss something on the mountain? Full cleared Eastern, full cleared Desert, Hera. We did everything we could in Pod. We did everything we could in Swamp. We did all of Skull, all of Thieves, all of Ice except Big Chest. I know what we forgot. Shoot. Shoot, 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 shoot. One of those seeds? What does that mean? It's not even a bad seed. It's actually been really good. I just forgot. We scouted it, said, damn it, I don't like this, and then forgot to go here. After we picked up the item. Or after we revealed the ability to get this item. We saw that this was a big key. And it's either Swamp, Ice, or Pod. You're funny, Ima. So what's in the Ice Palace big chest? Is it Ether or Pod big? Or is it Swamp big? Or is it Powder? Which bad decision is it? The Arrow of Apollo? I thought we found the arrow. It has to be some kind of progression, Ulkesh, really, at this point. I think there's nothing else it could be. The Ides of March. It's Mario Day. Come on, let's at least enjoy Mario Day. Pod big. Pretend away. So here's the question. We're about to clear up Palace of Darkness. Do I go... I think I have to pull the pod big chest, just in case. And then I guess we go to GT and climb GT. I didn't want to go into Eastern. Doom. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Ba-da-da-da-ba-dum-bum. Ooh, Eagle's Tower. That's a fun one. I think that's like the masterpiece dungeon of that game. Like, out of all of the game, I think that's actually one of the coolest ideas for a dungeon in such a retro setting. I don't know, Ulkesh could speak to it as well, but I always admired what they did with Eagle's Tower back in the day. Why do you think I chose the Mario MSU? It's Mario Day, so we're gonna play Mario MSU in Link. Crud. I think I was a little bit off there. That looks about right. What for? That was completely legal. I did a perfect key dash into it. Okay, we're just gonna climb the tower. I just figured I could check, you know what, I'll check also the torch. And if it's on the torch, we'll save the time. Okay, it's not on the torch, so let's just go for it now. We're gonna climb GT and hope it's at the top of GT. If we don't get it in GT, then we just have to go check the basement. Still bothering you, Ima? Jeez, that's serious. Have you, like, seen a doctor about that, man? Because you've been complaining about that foot for a while. I mean, at the same time, like, I could understand not wanting to go out and everything there, but you're sure it will fix itself? Okay. Oh, is that what it is? A bear trap? I didn't know there was a bear trap on your foot. Dang. I must say, the use of the Mario 64 music in certain locations has been just perfect. It's a good mix of all the different, like, the first 5 Mario games. Okay, if it's not Moldorum's last treasure, it's gonna be in the basement of GT. So 1 to 20. Because we technically already checked 3 items in the basement, and although there's 23 in the basement, we're not going to count those 3. Shoot. $19, $7, $12, and $17. Okay. That's not Super Mario 64. That's Super Mario World music. But this is the most convenient part of inverted GT. Is you can go climb GT hoping to get your item at the top, and if you don't, you're just right at the beginning of GT again. So we're looking for an ether medallion. That doesn't count. That is not one. We saw that earlier. We just didn't pick it up. It figures that the first dungeon I go into that I don't have the ability to full clear, really, in a convenient way, becomes the one that burns me. 3, 4... Five. I've been working to get that one down. I do want to be able to do that trick consistently. And that's not a glitch, even. So, Old Cash can't ban me for it. So let's see, we've done 6... 7, 8, 9, 10. We got the mitts in GT. That's beautiful. Olkesh wins! How'd you know, Olkesh? How'd you know? Wait, no, Olkesh said 19. Obviously, my just amazing eyes are doing so lovely today. To have picked that run. You know what? For the memes. Bird toss. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Misery Mire is a ghost house. Interesting. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Almost there. We are almost to the end. And then we've got to figure out what to play. Could go for some Xbox achievements of sorts, because we still haven't gotten an achievement yet today, and that is like just blasphemy if we don't get any, because we don't want to lose our achievement streak. I know, it's the streak that really keeps me going on some of these days. Oh no, Silver Arrow is my one true weakness. You're actually weak to a lot of things, it's just we kind of let you hate the Silver Arrows the most. Woo, we did it! Boom, 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 ba-da-da-dum, dum, dum, dum. Let's see. Flip's gonna beat me, that's for sure. Beat Flash Drive, for sure. Ooh, Gray, that's a tough one. And Leo and I are going to be close. In raw time, I'm ahead of Leo by a bit, but in-game time could be a little weird. Okay, let's see. Where do I submit? There we go. So this is the seed for the week of March 8th. My name is Radical Sniper 99 because why not? Somebody has to be. I guess it can be me. Let's fast forward. Okay. 2, 15, 38. Completion rate 184. Oh, my next mode suggestion. Hi, Leo. We beat Leo by 20 seconds. I'm sorry. Hi, friend. Yeah, I did a big dumb. We had a really dumb moment in there. I scoped out Lumberjack Ledge and saw it was a big key and then forgot to go back to it before doing ice. Because I went up the mountain and was like, oh, you know, we're in great position. Let's go up the mountain. We full cleared everything on the mountain. And then I was just like, oh, maybe I should have, you know, before I went up the mountain, I checked what was on the ledge. And when I went up the mountain, I was like, I'm going to full clear the mountain. So I did Aga Tower. And then after I did Aga Tower, I forgot to go get that big key. So I full cleared everything else and was like, what did I forget? Thinking, did I just mismark the Meyer medallion and it was actually Quake? And then I was like scrambling until I remembered, oh, you forgot Lumberjack Ledge. And paid for it because then I had to go back into ice. Yeah, I mean, Flip beat both of us. I didn't skip anything on the mountain. Seriously, I did it all. I was like, I know I know I can full clear the mountain. And then it was like, I was going to end on Aga Tower and got the second chest of Aga Tower as I'm like, hump da dum da dum, we're going to finish Aga Tower, then we're going to go and do Pyramid. We're in great shape. And it was like a comedy of errors. It'd be like, I clear Hera, and then I get the Hera small. I search all of TR, then I get the TR big. Okay, thanks. Like, if you just route the mountain poorly, like, and I didn't think I did a bad job routing it. It was just like I wanted to do everything in one trip. And then it just so happened that I forgot to go back to Lumberjack after doing Aga Tower. Because I was like, as soon as that was done, I was like, let's do Pyramid Fairy. And there is no good... I think the only way you have good mountain routing in Inverted, like, it only gets nice if you have the mitts. I really think you need Titan's mitts to make the most of it. If not, it's like it's bad pod routing without enough keys or mirror or bow. Like, that's what I view the mountain as in Inverted. Like, there's just not a lot of great ways to get around it if you want to hit all the spots. Like, how do I do all of TR, Spiral, Mimic, Laser Bridge? You know, how do I do all these spots when I have to drop down different ways? You know, I have to climb, do all the mountain, and then it's like, I don't have the TR big, so there are 3 drop downs on Light World. You can do the right drop and do Mimic, but you can't do much of TR. You can do the left, same thing, but you can do Spiral, or you can do the middle and do Laser Bridge and still not do the rest. So it's just, it sucks. Like, because also I think I only had 3 TR smalls, so there is just no great way. Yep, I climbed Paradox probably 2 or 3 times. Like, and you could have skipped some of that. Like, I don't think there was a lot of great stuff in there. Like, besides the fact that you get Samaria and the Ice Rod and the TR big, like, you could have skipped the Hera small. Yo, thanks for hanging out, Scruff. You have a good night. So, but we got a new toy. Nope. This is not going to fit over here. Yeah, maybe we should. Nice. This is good. I like this. We'll just have to figure out how to implement and whatnot, but yeah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I keep raising it. Ah! Go down. I don't think you could get away with putting that kind of stuff on a screen during a stream. Whew. It's got its own nice little case, too. Like, this is a good little durable case for it. I like it. Whew. You know, we need the toys for stuff. What's with the Switch gaming? Just reminded that it is Mario Day. Okay. Okay, so what do I play now? Do we do another seed? I could do an async. Or we play something else. I did say I should get an achievement today. That's probably the good idea. Because if I do the daily tonight, I don't want to then forget to do an achievement and lose that. Because we don't lose streaks around here. Let's at least get an achievement. And as long as it takes me to get an achievement officially, we can figure out more. If you watched Dopey this weekend, he did this one. Oops. Please, jump. We're good jumpers. Yeah, apparently we're collecting guitar picks for this lost cube thing. I don't know. I kind of have not been paying too much attention to this story. Sorry. Oh, that's right. There's an achievement for dying to, like, each of the enemy types. What? All achievements are easy. We already died by the frog. Crud. Yeah, the poop does kill me. Crud. Crud. I know, jumping on enemies just seems like the right idea. Crud. He ate me through a wall! You see that? The stupid enemy ate me through the dang wall. If I took it a little bit slower, we'd be fine. But going slow is for the weak. Oh, falling slime is also dangerous. Thanks, Alu. I deserved it, I guess. Really, platformers are my, like, my thing, so. I mean, gaming in general is, like, something I'm good at, but in terms of a genre that I've always felt like I'm just best suited towards, platformers has always kind of been it. I jumped right into him. That was not my brightest moment. Neither was that. What are the... I know there's other achievements for dying. So we're at 14 out of 20. Die 100 times. Be killed by a cricket. A flying creeper. A crawler. Complete the second and complete the third chapters. Don't come back to me. Don't worry, there's plenty of those. We have a lot of bad moments. It's a special skill. Although, unfortunately, one of my best is never going to be a cliff. Dang it. Because we had, I always feel like one of the greatest things I've ever done on stream for completing like a hard achievement was Where Are My Friends? And I say it like it was a group thing, but like I get to the last section of a, darn it, we died 100 times. We got to the last room of this level that we were supposed to do deathless. And everything's looking good. And in the last room, which I've been able to pull off very consistently, I screw it up. Just completely and utterly screw it up. It wasn't even like early in the room. It was like after the hard parts of the room, I screwed it up. I think I still have the VOD from it because luckily back, you know, I was more saving my own VODs manually. But it was one of those moments where I just was like, the agony. That might actually be where the Jesse Palm came from. Don't worry, Ray. We'll do better than Dopey did. Okay. Okay. The slime leaves a carcass. The slime leaves a carcass. Right, how far did Gobi get? I missed the end. I saw him on the first chapter. Is that a death? No, that's not a death achievement. Is that? That is. Oh, really? Let's see. Some games do count it. It doesn't bother me, really. No stats. I mean, when I did Celeste, it wasn't a big deal. I wear that with a, I wear my deaths with the, you know, I have pride in how I did. I wonder, can I squeeze by you? If anything, on the left. That really does not stand out as a death trap. I mean, I don't mind ever. I like, you know, I like the complicated achievements, like, you know, do this deathless. No. I mean, at this point, what do I have left for achievements if I'm just going to complete it? Be killed by a flying creeper and complete the 3rd chapter. I don't even have to continue getting the guitar picks. Weird. That is a weird concept for a game. Oh, you... Okay, can I just say that... Like... The little spikes, how clear are they to everybody else? Like, I know my vision's not great, so... But to me, they're not clear. So I don't want to, wrongly criticize the fact that at the top left there is a spike. Yeah, so right there, right above where my head jumps up to, that's a spike. Yeah, I would agree. I'm guessing you're the flying creeper. Were you not the flying creeper enemy that I was supposed to die to? Oh, no, you were. Crud. This is okay. This is fine. Now we just have to wait. Honestly, we're gonna wait another cycle. I don't care. It's safe. Patience. Patience! And you walk into a laser. It happens. We're almost done. I don't even know why I went for it. Or did that. Obviously the hitbox is not that tiny that you can wedge yourself between two saw blades like that. I should almost be done. The chapters really have not been that long. Okay, I'm gonna have to sneak by this one. Oh, there are spikes on that wall that I didn't notice the first time. That's the thing, like, when I make these kinds of mistakes, I go, okay, did I make it? Like, obviously I died. But, like, it's just not visible. It is, like, that one. Oh, I know it is on purpose, but it's just like... Like, talk to anybody who loves platformers, and there is just a... There are things that are very important to us as purveyors of the genre. And... good signposting is like one of the top of the list items. But with like all the color on this game is very red and gray. And that just makes it hard to kind of parse what's happening at times. The wall jump's not great. I'll be honest. I've seen worse wall jumps, I'll be honest, but I haven't been a real fan of this one. And this is going to be a weird complaint, but some of the level design is wasteful. Like, there are parts of these levels that just, I don't see the point of them existing. Beyond just maybe, like, creating space. Oh, I was in range of you. Okay. Sure. Possibly, I just, you know, there's a certain fun factor to speedrunning a game, and from what I can tell, this just doesn't have it. That was just the wrong idea. I need to go back all the way to the start of the level. Oh my god, really, Jess?
This is your end, and the cube stays mine, mine alone. This is your end, and the cube stays mine, mine alone.
I'm even dying before
This is your end.
really to see the level. I'm just assuming I have to touch... Okay, so I can't just touch the cube. It's not all that tricky. I feel like it's a quickie, but not the worst quick platformer I've played. I've played many worse. Many times worse games.
And the cube stays mine. Mine alone.
Mine alone. Oh, the debris keeps falling. Yeah, I'm fine with the sound. I like the music, but
Mine alone.
What kind of game is it? I'm not a fighting game person at all, really.
This is your end, and the cube stays mine. Mine alone.
Very limited in my caring for fighting games. Even then, I wouldn't say I'm great. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's never been a genre that I've been, like, super in love with. Waited too long. You waited too long.
This is your end, and the cube stays mine. Mine alone.
Mine alone. I get that the appeal for some people of fighting games, it's just, I'm not one of them.
This is your end, and the cube stays
I mean,
mine.
I've seen great tourney fights. Like, I've watched some of that. I've watched people, like, really good at them. I enjoyed Smash Bros. Like, there's something about the silly, fun brawler that appeals to me, at least on some level, but yeah. Keep dropping, keep dropping. There you go. You slipped off?
This is your end, and the cube stays mine. Mine alone.
Yeah, like, I tried getting into Killer Instinct on Xbox One, and I just... Like, I picked up some of it, it just never, like... It never became, like, something I wanted to play and get seriously good at.
This is your end, and the cube stays mine. Mine alone.
Yeah. Like, I've tried to understand some of that, and that's the part that doesn't appeal to me. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about is, like, what goes into that. And all the respect in the world, but not for me. And no, you don't. It sound contrary. Crud.
This is your end, and the cube stays mine. Mine alone.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy platformers. Fighting games, just... Fighting and racing games are two that, like, I really think people who are good at them, like, all the respect. It's just... I don't know if I'm going to be the kind of person who devotes the time to be that good at them. But I think there's just a... You know, you kind of have to know what genre is going to work for you.
And the cube stays mine. Mine alone.
Mine alone. Like, I've had this discussion around other genres and other games, and it's always an interesting one. You know, what is that genre that works, that makes you want to, you know, bash your head against the wall at times, but you just love that feeling. Dang it.
This is your end,
Because
and the cube stays mine. Mine alone.
it actually came up with, like when you see somebody play Celeste, you know, there's definitely that sense of, like, it's such a good game, and But there's going to be people who look at that and just go, I don't want to die a couple thousand times. Or a few thousand times to get through a level. But I look at that and I go, I really enjoyed it. I enjoy that kind of frustration. I enjoy this, where it's, you know, figuring out the patterns and understanding when to jump. Like, I'm a single player person. Very limited multiplayer. To be honest, but like, so I think that's why I gravitate towards platformers as like this genre that I can just work on myself and be good at, or decent at. I don't know if we have to use the word good. Yeah.
This is your end.
I think this level has the cube on it.
And the cube stays mine. Mine alone.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's always tough to balance the right settings for it all. Each game has such very minuscule differences. Okay, I think I've got a good strategy for the first two pieces. Yeah, no, that's cool. I completely get it. I think I'm getting my cube. Yeah, no poopy spikes. Surely your journey wasn't easy, but you were the chosen one. You were destined to fight the evil and recover the lost cube to bring back life and happiness to your village. I was. You made it. Look at those fields turning green and the flowers blooming. You can see people with their happy faces and teary eyes. So much life in their joyous smiles. Deaths, 186. We'll just tag Dopey. There was a first chapter that I did off stream. So like not like too much extra. It's just, what was it? 45 levels? Oh, 60 levels, I guess. $60 levels and 2 bosses. That's it. And we got, let's see, we got all 20 picks in World 2, all 20 picks in World 1. I didn't want to select this level. And we're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 picks. So we got 50 out of the 60 picks. And for all the achievements, you only need 30. So we went over by 20 picks. And I think if I remove like 20 of those, we die a lot less. So 186 deaths in total is really not that bad. Oh, I don't mind the short. And I mean, part of it is like, so I don't think I'm going to buy anything today, but like what usually happens for me is like, so it's already uninstalled. Like that's how quickly that, goes away. Like I'll look at something and go, okay, so, no. Way Dino game for kids. No. Doesn't have achievements. So like, where's this game with achievements? Probably. So mail, no. You know what? I'll go to Lost Cube. So Lost Cube was $5. Okay, so like, I'm willing to take a risk on $5 and seeing how it is for a quick achievement hunt. It doesn't bother me all that much. But at the same time, there's going to be like stuff that's much longer, and I'll be more cautious on. Short stuff, I'm not like, I don't get worried about like a $5 spend here, a $4 spend there, just to try it out and get done the game in, an hour or two. Like, that's fine. Besides, this is the game that I do more. This is the game we've been playing too much of for too long. Everybody loves this game. Everybody hates this one. Gems is the bad one. Gems is evil. Yes, I do. I do have JJ. What is it actually called, though? Shoot. The Missing. That's it. So that would put it under the M's. There it is, The Missing. Yeah, The Missing, J.J. McField, and the Island of Memories. I did start this one. What kind of stopped me, like I played it for a couple of hours on stream. I don't remember how long ago now. Looks like it was February of 2019. I dropped a couple of hours into this and really liked it. The problem was that I broke the game. I got to a certain point and got stuck because I broke the game. Or the game broke. One or the other. Depends on how you want to describe it. Like, I personally remove blame from myself, but other people might blame me for what happens. I don't know. But the game broke. I was stuck and I couldn't get any further. Either I was being an idiot, which could have happened. I could have gotten stuck and just not realized I was. Or the game broke. It was one or the other. I'm not assessing blame here. It just happened. Cool concept. Don't get me wrong. It was a really fun concept. So, no, I did. That was a cool one. I mean, look at, these are all the games that are installed on this Xbox right now. 1,161 games are installed right now. So those, like, it's a lengthy list. My library of stuff is, like, I could have over 2,000, almost 2,100 games installed on this thing. Everything that I own digitally. And then I probably have a couple hundred discs games as well. Yeah. Well, and digital libraries have made it a little easier to kind of understand what you have. For me, the big thing is the list you want to be on is the no delete list for me. And this is a very select group right now. Like, there's not a lot of games that are part of my no delete. And I'll tell you, we completed Overcooked 2, Cuphead, Witness, Hollow Knight, Hyperdot, Gems, Talos, Sayonara, N++, Celeste, and Z-Axis. The only ones on this group that we haven't completed are Keep Talking, Wargroove, Trackmania, Turbo. Those three. But, like, this whole group is, besides Gems, like, I think there will come a day I delete Gems when I stop playing it, but for now it stays. But the others hold a bit more of a special place of, like, I really do enjoy these games and get to remain. So, like, Witness is probably one of my... Witness and Talos are probably two of my favorite puzzles ever for games. Similar concepts, but they both hold very special places for me in that regard. Hyperdot is like a short action game, very similar to Super Hexagon. I mean, Z-Axis, Celeste, N++, Cuphead, Hollow Knight. Like, there's 5 good platformers right there. More puzzle for Z-Axis, but Celeste, N++ are very purely platformer games. Cuphead, of course, has got your shmuppy or your run and gun, I guess, platformer, and then of course Metroidvania platformer with Hollow Knight. And like, there's been a few that have come close in those. Like, there's other games that I do enjoy in those. I don't know if I own this or if this was a... Yeah, it's not. It's not an owned title. Like, a while back on Game Pass, there was this game called Time Spinner. And I enjoyed that one. Actually, is it still there? Or did it leave Game Pass? Looks like it's gone. So, like... And that was a good one. I have different reasons for loving it, but it was just... It lacks certain things. Like, if I look at some of, like, the requests, like, Unravel's a great game. I really enjoy it. Trials Rising I really enjoy. But, like, to get onto those, it's different. It's... I don't know. I don't necessarily have rhyme or reason for what made these games get to stay. I mean, I think Overcooked, just because it's a party game, there's plenty of people I'd play this with outside of stream. Like, I've not really played Overcooked 2 single player. Very few things I've done single player for that game. I think Cuphead's probably one of the greatest works of just art. From an artistic perspective and a musical perspective, Cuphead checks all the boxes. Witness and Talos are just these great puzzles. Keep Talking's a great multiplayer game. You really need a second person for it, though. Hollow Knight is probably one of my favorite ever Metroidvanias. So, Trackmania is a weird space for me, but it's a good one. What's the updates? Don't care. We will need to update that. The one I need to get updated, and I don't know if it has and I just missed it the one day. Let's jump back into this one. Let's see if they fixed their game. Let's see. If it goes up, we know they fixed it. If it doesn't, it's still broken. Wow, it's still broken. It's sad. I really do want to finish this game. Yeah, I should be the first completion on Xbox for this game, and unfortunately, the last achievement is broken. And I contacted the devs on Twitter, told them about it, and they said, "Oh, we'll look into it," and then nothing's happened. Just so you know how long ago this was, I beat most of the game in September of 2020, so it's been about 6 months, 7 months now. Tear. I am sad. I put in the effort to beat every level on easy, medium, and hard. And unfortunately, when you don't make sure everything works, you get that kind of stuff to happen. And I have tried to figure out a way around it, but couldn't. I mean, there's other things broken about that game. So, it happens. Like, I don't... See, the thing is I believe that policy changed about patching. That's the kind of thing that bothers me. Like, I understand that was the case a while ago, but if I'm not mistaken, I do believe things changed on the patch rules. So, such is life. But I think we're gonna call it here for today. We did some jumping. We did some Zelda with Mario music. So somehow we did Mario in a broad sense, right? We did the Mario music and the Jumpman. I think that counts. I think we'll stream something tomorrow afternoon before Joe. Possibly. Let me check real quick. Ooh, maybe not. We'll see. If not, I might... I don't know. The daily race is tomorrow at 2. And while I'd like to do it, we'll see what happens for timing. Who knows? Maybe we'll be back Friday instead. Or I don't even know if we'll be back Friday. It might just be the weekend at this rate. So, in the meantime, I'll try to figure out how I want to set up the green screen. And we'll see if we can implement it in the future. Until then, we'll see what happens. But have a great night. Hopefully I see y'all next time. Until then, bye.